Hello, good morning, good afternoon, good evening, whatever time it may be, wherever you are in the world as I'm posting this. I am posting this where I am in the world in time for Friday, August 26th. Happy birthday, all the August 26th babies. Depending on where you are in the world, the 26th may have already come and gone, or you may stumble upon this video in a few weeks, months, years. So we're setting the intention that this be a message for you for the next 24 hours from whenever you may happen to be drawn to this video. Let's see what's coming up here for all of you out there. One more shuffle. All right. Message for today is Judgment. We're getting all these major arcana cards. Oh my goodness. Okay, so I was talking a little bit about in yesterday's reading about like how the energies are really intense right now. Like there's a lot of shifting happening on the spiritual plane and in the planets. So it's kind of not surprising that we're getting these major arcana cards back to back. We had major arcana card yesterday too. Major arcana cards are going to show up anytime that the things that we're dealing with are directly connected to experiences we came here to have, things we came here to master, ways we came here to grow. So it's like a significant time in our life, or coming into a new chapter. So even though I'm setting the intention for the next 24 hours, a major arcana card, especially the Judgment card, is something that's going to be around for a while energetically. It's not something that's going to like be for 24 hours and then like be gone. So things may be happening in the next 24 hours that you find yourself coming into a significant period in your life, or coming into a new chapter. And the Judgment card is about decisions, and sometimes it could be about feeling called to do something, or called to make really big changes in your life. It is a card that requires for us to like choose our path. Are we going to go this way? Are we going to go that way? And sometimes it can be like matters of ethics, or matters of what we think is important in life, or making some kind of a commitment to a cause. So what we're going to do is pull some clarifiers here, even though this is card of the day and not cards of the day. This is a big energy, so I want to put clarifiers around it. Why is the Judgment card here, please? Okay, 1. Clarifier 2, please. Clarifier 2. Clarifier 3, please. Wow. A lot going on. I'm not just getting like one clear card. It's giving me like 4 cards at a time. Okay. All right. So clarifier 1. Yikes. This is intense energy. Buckle up, buttercup. Clarifier 1 is the Death card. Clarifier 2 is, here, let me do it this way. Let me bring this here. Clarifier 1 is the Death card. Clarifier 2 is the Two of Cups. Interesting. The plot thickens. Oh, yeah. Okay. All right. So, oddly enough, I always say I'm not a love psychic. I'll do love readings, but I'm not like, come to me for all your, love things, and I'm, the twin flame psychic, or there's like psychics who are like only focused on love. I'll do love readings, but I'm not only focused on love. And most of you who are here for that reason. You like that I don't only focus on that. This decision, however, this crossroads that you're at may be something that is impacting your love life, or something may be coming into your love life that's causing you to pause and make a big decision here, okay? The death card is definitely telling us some phase of your life has come to an end and it's now time for a new beginning. It's time to go in a new direction, right? It's not like the tower where something all of a sudden happened shockingly, like pulling the rug out from under you. You saw this coming, like you knew something was drying up. You knew something was ending. You knew it was time for something new. And so you may be coming into this new phase. And for some of you, there could be a significant soulmate, maybe somebody that you've met fairly recently, or maybe someone that, well, I'm not going to look too much into the circumstances of this person. We're not going to turn this into a love reading. But for some of you, there could be a significant soulmate or someone you have a significant connection with involved, that might be causing you to take a look at your life and ask yourself, like, do I want this relationship? Do I want a relationship? And you may be seeing ways in which being in this relationship may cause you to make certain changes in your life. And vice versa. Like you might be thinking of ways that like their life is going to have to change if you get involved with them. And the Five of Pentacles can be, kind of like we're going out into the unknown. Where sometimes the Five of Pentacles can be a card where somebody is like leaving behind a job or career and going into something else, going into another field, or trying to start a business during uncertain economical times, which we definitely are in at this time. So there could be also like feeling like so there could be something here with a relationship that is impacting your work in some way, right? Like maybe somebody wants to be with you and they're like, well, hey, I just got a great job like in another state and I can totally, take care of the bills and everything, but I want you to come with me, right? And then so you're like, well, then that means I have to quit my job or I have to, leave my career behind. Maybe some of you are having to make that decision. Do you want to go with this person and get settled somewhere new and then figure out whatever you're going to do about your aspirations? Or it could be again that there's some kind of going into some new venture here and it's impacting your life or vice versa, and like now it's like we have to think about this. Five of Pentacles, I'm sorry to say, can sometimes come up with the sense or the feeling of like being shut out. And I don't feel that this is being shut out of a relationship. It could be that this relationship for some of you, maybe there's going to be people who aren't happy about it, right? Sometimes that happens. So it could be that, it's like some kind of a sacrifice that's being made. If I'm going to be in this relationship, there might be certain friendships I'm sacrificing, or there might be certain people who are not a good influence on my life and aren't going to be a good influence on my relationship, and I got to just kind of cut them out. Or there might be people who are upset about you and they're like, oh, I'm not going to talk to you, it's either this person or me, right? It's either this person or the family, or it's either this person or the relationship, or whatever it might be. So there could be a difficult decision here around somebody that you feel a strong connection with. And some of you might say, well, I haven't even met this person yet. Maybe you're going to meet them soon, and this whole thing is going to unravel over the next few weeks. That's a possibility, or next couple of months. Death card indicating here some of you could be dealing with a Scorpio. Not necessarily, but it's possible, right? And it could be Sun, Moon, Rising, Venus. If you are a Scorpio and you're gonna be faced with this situation, then this is something directly connected to you being in your authenticity and like taking back your power and living in your confidence and living in your truth. But overall, even if you're not a Scorpio, even if Scorpio is not involved in your situation or scenario, the death card is very much about the ending and the beginning, right? The end and the rebirth. The Scorpio is the phoenix rising of the zodiac. And so the death card is representative of that energy, that phoenix rising energy. So if something is, falling apart or ending, and you're coming into a new beginning, know that you're going to come back bigger and better and stronger. You're that phoenix bird rising from the ashes, rising up in that great big ball of fire. And even though things may be uncertain as you're moving forward, another beautiful message of the Five of Pentacles is like a faithful companion and lover in challenging times, right? So the road ahead might not be easy, but this would be a connection with somebody like who's gonna have your back and who's gonna be supportive through it. Like, we'll figure it out, we'll get through it together, right? Like, we'll make this happen. So it might not be like the ideal circumstances. Sometimes people are like, well, I want to be in this relationship, but I have to wait until like my finances are perfect, or I don't want to get married until I buy a house. And so I suppose they put these things in their head, and right now for a lot of us it might not be anywhere near time to buy a house. We might not be anywhere near that ability at this moment, or our finances aren't ideal or aren't perfect, but there might be things happening in our life where it's like, well, if I'm going to be in this connection, or if I'm going to be in this relationship, I'm going to have to go for it, and we're going to have to build together. We're going to have to figure this out together, right? But there could be something here, in other words, where like time is of the essence. And the scenario that keeps coming into my mind is like maybe somebody's moving, and like, I don't know, they don't want it to be long distance or something, or something is happening where it's like, well, we gotta go. Are you coming or not? And I've given this example before. When my parents got married, I'm a child of immigrants. My parents did not grow up in the United States, and my dad had started the process, and he wanted to come to the United States, and he had known my mom for a while, but they weren't really like together. They weren't really dating. My mom avoided marriage for as long as she could. Even being in another culture, she really kind of was trying. But my mom and dad knew each other, and so when my dad proposed to my mom, he basically was like, hey, I'm going to America, do you want to come? And she was like, yeah, I want to come. And they got married, and they immigrated, and the rest is history. But it could be like that kind of a situation where it's like, I have this opportunity, or I have to go, or this is what's happening, like, do you want to do this with me? It could be that kind of a situation for some of you. And the roles can be however, maybe you're approaching somebody that way, or maybe somebody's approaching you in this way. But overall, there's some really big change that's happening here, and some of you might be looking like, maybe some of you are trying to manifest a relationship, right? You're like trying to manifest that Two of Cups, but you might be seeing things in your life that are not not supportive of that, right? Like, you might be saying, oh, I really want to be in a relationship, or I want to manifest my soulmate, but maybe you're like, well, I'm kind of hanging out with some people who are kind of sketchy, and I didn't notice it until recently. Well, how am I going to find a good, trust a partner I can trust in like a sketchy situation, right? Or maybe you're trying to find a significant stable relationship, but you might be on certain dating sites that are designed more so for hooking up, or as the kids say these days, sneaky links. um, you might be like looking at like your process of like, well, who am I around? How am I doing this? How am I spending my time? How can I be around people that are going to be a little bit more trustworthy, or a little bit more reliable, or people who are looking for something with more substance? You may be looking at your life and asking yourself, like, how can I be more aligned with manifesting this relationship? And this could be, if you're like completely and totally against love, Two of Cups can be just harmonious connections and friendships, and like people who have our best interest at heart, people that we enjoy dealing with. So for some of you, maybe this is just about more harmonious interactions with people, but I feel for a lot of you, this is going to be about love, because of the cards that are coming in here. And as I'm looking at the Death card, the thing that's like really jumping out at me is the way like there's this flower, and I guess maybe the flower is an adornment on the sword, but it almost feels to me like this figure has taken the sword and like run it through the flower. um and that's giving me a feeling or a sense that there might be taking some kind of a claim here. um it's kind of like, also like, like the rose with the thorn, or like the beauty with the pain. And so I don't know, there could be something here where you feel like there's some sacrifice that's being made for a relationship, um or for a certain relationship. Maybe just people aren't approving, and there might be changes that you're making in your life. um Oftentimes though, the judgment card is like a call to something higher, a call to something better. So there just could be a lot happening here where there's big energetic shifts, where there's ascension. The two of you together may be ascending into a higher vibration, a higher way of being, a more, I don't know why I just heard a more honorable way of being. Um, that's deep. That's deep. If you're the person who feels like you need to be more honorable, uh, don't beat yourself up. We do the best we can with the tools and the skills that we have. And, when people are in different circumstances, they figure out what they're going to do. We don't know what we're going to do in a situation until we're in it. So, I would just say try not to have judgment on yourself. Try not to beat yourself up. If you do feel like you could do things better in your life, congratulations for having that revelation, for seeing that. But in the process, try not to hate yourself or beat yourself up for anything you've done up until now, because you've done your best. We're all doing our best. But I don't know, there could just be something here about wanting to do things more ethically as well, right? Um, I'm gonna leave it here with that. Because I could go on like probably for like an hour about this. You may want to check out your weekly forecasts if you haven't already. Those are linked in the description. Weekly forecast for the coming week will be popping up over the next several hours. You'll probably be getting notifications as those videos are coming up. Love readings for August and September are linked in the description of the video. Be sure to check those out. And if you want to schedule a private reading with me, there's a link in the description of the video that will take you to my scheduling page, calendly.com/amethystangelite. Alrighty, my dears. I thank you all for watching, liking, sharing, commenting, subscribing. I hope you all have a fabulous day ahead. We'll see you in tomorrow's messages. And be well. Take care of yourselves. Bye, my darlings.